Hi guys, so as you're probably aware, I've really got into kill teams and obviously painting miniatures, and I've started making these little display cases. That's obviously a great way to, well, display the miniatures, and obviously it keeps the kill teams all in one place, which is pretty cool. So I've made a few of these so far. Obviously this is the Orc one, and I also made my my Star Wars intercessors. They're also magnetized as well, so you can stack them like this, which is pretty cool. But if you have seen the videos of me making them, obviously I make the main bit of these out of MDF, and I think the one I use is about 3mm thick, and it's reasonably easy to cut with a blade, but the edges I've found have never been all that good. So yeah, this is the MDF that I use, say about 3mm thick, and it can be cut with, well, like a Stanley knife, but you have to be careful. As you've seen in one of my recent videos, accidents do happen. Plus I can never get the edges cut perfectly on this stuff.
But that's all going to change now. Now I've got this. It's an ORTUR Laser Master 3. I don't know if I can quite get it all in. Who are, madam? Yeah, laser sort of engraver, cutter, well, all kinds of things really. Yeah, this was kindly sent to me, so I'm going to have a little play with it and see what it can do. And say, hopefully it'll make cutting MDF board into the shapes I need a whole lot easier, as obviously well as doing some sort of engraving. Right, so obviously the first one I'll do is do my logo.
So the great thing of this engraver is it fits perfectly on my desk, which is pretty cool. So there's a link in the description, guys, if you want to go and have a look at one of these and think about buying one. Yeah, so I've only had it for a few days, but I've certainly got plenty of use out of it, and certainly had lots of fun. It is one of those sort of learning curves, because I've never had one of these kind of things before, so I am just sort of working on some simple things at the moment. As you can see, I put a bit of board underneath it, just to obviously protect my desk, well, that's underneath that. But I do need to get some sort of like a thin metal sheet to really sort of go underneath this laser. Because as you'll see, well, later on in the video, the more bits that I cut, some of them do eventually go through and obviously cut into this board that's underneath. But say, slowly but get there. So yeah, I do need to get some sort of metal sheet just to protect the underneath, really. Obviously this is speeded up, but this little chap only took about, I think about 12 minutes to do this one, which is pretty cool. So this can obviously engrave on all kinds of material, but I've only got wood at the moment, or the MDF sheets that I kind of use. But yeah, you can do it in metals, plastics, ceramics, all kinds really. And obviously this is the main thing that I'll be using this little laser for, and that is to cut out shapes, which is just amazing. So yeah, I really am going to have a lot of fun making some bits and pieces. So this is one of the sheets that I buy of the MDF. I get these all from Amazon, and I think I got a pack of 30, give or take. I can't remember exactly how much. You'd need to have a little look, but I will leave a link in the description as well. Obviously it comes with safety goggles, because this is a laser. This obviously isn't a toy. It's a real bit of kit, and using a bit of software. I've never used this software before, but pretty easy to do the basics with. So obviously you draw your image or whatever it is you want to cut out, or laser print, and then you set in the speed. Again, I've had a little bit of a play around with the speed just to sort of get it right, because obviously you don't want it too hot and burn all the way through. You don't want it not hot enough that it doesn't go through, if that makes sense. Yeah, so this thing went on. So basically I've put on here all the bits I need to make one display case, which is pretty cool. The total time it took to cut this out, I believe, was 25 minutes and a few seconds. So I probably could have cut it out quicker with a scalpel, but it certainly wouldn't have been anywhere as neat as this. I say the edges just come out so crisp and so clean, and well, I won't be cutting myself doing this, which is pretty cool. Especially as I will want to make quite a few of these display cases. I say at the moment I've made 2 up, but I have got 9 kill teams. So yeah, about 25 minutes later, and as you can see, perfect. Everything's cut through. So yeah, the opportunities for sort of making lots of my own sort of little little boards, dioramas, boxes, all kinds of stuff really. So the laser did go through, but it hasn't actually cut through my board underneath. It's just left, well, sort of burn scorch marks, which is fine. But the fact that everything's come out with lovely sharp edges, yeah, to say I'm excited about this would be an understatement. This is one of those things that I never thought I needed, well, I never really thought about. But now I've got one, it's going to get a lot of use, because I've been wanting to make some of these boxes up for ages. So I made 2 ages ago, and I do want to make loads more. But I was kind of put off by the fact of trying to cut these up is quite difficult. So I probably could do it in less time than 25 minutes, but the edges would just be a right mess. And I say there's always that little fear of me slipping and cutting myself. So the other good thing about obviously perfectly straight edges, they are going to glue together really well. The 2 that I actually made prior, I think there may have been a little bit of filling going on here or there. There was definitely lots of sanding going on afterwards. I know that much. So these display cases certainly go together much better than the ones that I've cut myself. Again, purely because the edges are so perfectly straight, 90-degree angles, everything just slots together like a dream. So I printed out 3 of these, and yeah, it took no time at all. Especially because I say there wasn't any sanding afterwards, which I know I did a lot of. So yeah, even though it took less time to cut them out before, I probably spent twice as much time sort of cleaning them up afterwards. So obviously these are going to be the display cases. So there's like 2 levels, and the ones I've done so far, I've got a full Orc team, as you saw earlier, and obviously the intercessors. So different sort of base sizes, but this box should be big enough to really accommodate any sort of kill team. But that's obviously the full kill team, or sorry, the kill team you take in, not any extras. So yeah, as you can see, the box, to say it again, I printed this out, glued it together, and I was just smiling all the time, just because it's come out looking, well, professional, because the boxes are lovely and neat and tidy. Obviously now it's just on the 3D printing parts to go inside, and yeah, I'm going to have loads of kill team display boxes. Don't forget to check out the link below, guys, to ORTUR Laser Master free if you are interested in getting one of these engraver cutters. I just want to say a big shout out and thank you to all my patrons for helping support the channel, as well as my sponsors Easy Roll of Dice and Any Cubic for helping support the channel in a way that I can keep making videos, and obviously buying all the bits and pieces I need. So guys, yeah, if you've got one of these laser engraver sort of thingies, let me know what you use it for, and if there's anything I should know. I say I am new to this, and I'm sort of muddling through, watching a few videos and trying a few things out. But I say my main thing for this will purely be cutting MDF, I would have thought, just so I can make lots of boxes, well, and all kinds of other little bits and pieces. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave comments down below, let me know what you thought and what you might like to see. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell, all that good stuff. Okay guys, that's it. Bye for now.